congratulations, we're slowly approaching the end of like 100 plus assignments that you needed to complete to complete this course. So we're now in the final module assignment for the advanced prototyping module, and if you watched over the lessons, if you completed the assignments, I don't think you're going to struggle with these too much, but hopefully, even if you didn't manage to solve them, there wasn't a lot of problems. You just need like one insight or two, or you just want to see how I would approach solving it, and that's why we're here. Whatever the case, let's first see what we need to do in this first assignment. We need to create an endless spinner animation. So basically, we already have this frame ready. I'm just gonna grab this and place it kind of down in here. Duplicate it 4 times. I'm gonna make this one rotate by 90 degrees. And actually, I want it this direction. So I'm basically just using 90 as a base because, as you know, there's like 360 degrees in a circle. So like with every 90 degrees, we're kind of rotating it to make it basically after 4 steps, it's gonna complete the full circle. So that's kind of my idea behind it, because watching this, I already figured out there's 4 steps that we need to complete this, and I think it gives us enough time for the spinner to actually have a really nice smooth animation. So you would be able to do it with just like 2 frames too, with this one being 0 and this one being 180 degrees, but again, this kind of gives you more flexibility of how you want things to work and switch, and you can control the time a little bit better if you want some parts to be a little bit quicker versus sometimes being a little smaller. So what we need to do in here is we need to create a transition to in here. It happens after a delay. I'll make it 1 millisecond, and it's gonna rotate like this. I just want to make it fully linear, because when you have a spinner, you don't want it to go like this and this and this and this and have like little breaks in it. So I just want it to spin around, and to be able to do that, I'll switch this Smart Animate to linear. So I'll repeat the same process in here, in here, and in here. I'm gonna rename these so that they are more like states, and I'm also gonna turn all of that into a component. It's gonna be a spinner, and it has all of those states ready, so it seems like that's gonna be okay. Now I'm just gonna grab it and replace it by holding Command Option Shift V in here, and if I play this, it should rotate. Oh, it seems to only work on click. Did I make a mistake in here? Let me see. After delay, this one. Oh, yeah, I did. 1 millisecond. 1 millisecond. And this long one is also going to be 1 millisecond. Okay. So it's working. It's a little bit too fast for my liking, honestly. So I'm just going to make it a little bit smaller by selecting all of these transitions and changing them to 200 milliseconds. Yeah, a lot better. So yeah, we created a spinner really quickly, and we used component settings, component prototyping to do that. Now in here, let's see what we need to create. So loading, it turns into the app screen, and this pops up. Okay, so first things first, we're gonna have to drag these and make it state 1, and there's gonna be a state 2. We're this object is gonna move to the right, and again it's gonna be a component that just autoplays. So I'm gonna create a component set in here, skeleton loader. I'm gonna make this one move into this one after a short delay, and it needs the smart animate. I can make it linear, ease in and out. I'll just do ease in and out, make it a little bit longer, so 300 milliseconds. Let's remember that number, and let's grab this one and make it go here, and it's gonna be after delay of 1 millisecond. And I'm actually gonna make it instant because I don't want this one to go kind of back. I just want it to basically reappear from this end. So I made it instant, and I think that's gonna be okay. If we play that as kind of like oh, it's not in a particular, okay, basically that's not gonna be a problem for us. I'm just gonna grab this, replace it in all of the places in here like that. So I selected multiple layers, Command Option Shift V, and it replaced all of them with the component that I took. So you can see all of them are now that component, and we need to make this screen turn into this screen. But we also need one more thing. We need to actually duplicate this screen because we don't want this to appear immediately. It only appears after a short delay. So I'm pushing it downwards. I'm setting the opacity to 0. And this one, we're gonna have to prototype. So basically, if you saw how it works, first the little skeleton loaders are loading, and then it switches into this layer. So I'll grab all 4 of these, and I'll place them in here and make them completely transparent. Or do I really need to do that? Okay, I'll do it for now, but I'm unsure if I actually need it. Let's first remove it and see if it's gonna work without it, and if not, I can bring that back in. So I need the screen. I'm gonna place it in here, and this needs to happen after a delay. We know that each one of these components has a little animation that happens every 300 milliseconds. So I'm gonna make this work after 4 of those spins, and it's gonna navigate to this, and it's gonna, I'll use Smart Animate for now, but I'm unsure if that's gonna work or not. And after that, also after a delay, will this screen turn into this one. So after a delay of maybe like 200 milliseconds, we can switch to that one. Smart Animate, definitely, that seems to work. And we're gonna have our final screen. I'll switch it in here and just see how it works for now to see what we can polish. Okay, there's a lot of things happening. First, this feels a little bit too fast, so I'll just make this like 450 milliseconds. That means that we also need to switch this a little bit to 450 times 4. Okay. And then this needs to transition to that, maybe after 800 milliseconds. And let's make this a little bit longer as well, just to see how it looks and works. So first screen, it didn't really transition that well, right? What happened? 1 millisecond for 150, that's okay. And this one is instant. We'll see. I'll close this off and play it again. Maybe that was the problem. Yeah. Okay, looking nice. Turns into this and disappears. Yeah, I think this is better. I don't think we need to kind of make this appear in any other way. So I think that's gonna work. And that also means that we solved one of our, well, basically our final module assignment when it comes to advanced prototyping. Now, there is another optional assignment for you. And if you watched the Clever Prototype Planning lesson, I basically went through how to build this. You also have access to all of the interactions already done in your file that you got with this course, the follow along file. So if you want to, I highly recommend you trying to recreate this entire animation and flow. So all of the interactions that are happening on your own, without watching the video. So you watch the video, you solved all of these assignments, you saw all of the solutions to assignments, and now it's time for you to maybe try forcing yourself to kind of recreate a big prototype like this one on your own by using everything that we learned and once again kind of established after going through solution videos for these assignments. If that's something that you want to do it. Please do. I think it's going to help you kind of see the bigger picture of actually using a lot of these interactions and triggers and everything in a real prototype that just doesn't have like 3 to 5 screen states. It has 18 or 20 or however, like 23 screens that you need to connect. So it takes a little bit of time. If you ever get stuck, again, there's the solution that I walk you through in our Clever Prototype Planning lesson video. Or you can also inspect just like parts of it. So it would basically work like with all of these assignments where we had on the left side the reference frame and on the right side your workspace. It does the same thing. You can go there and see all of the prototype settings. But in here you can see that this is empty, nothing is connected, and it's all up to you to create the transitions and make it a delightful user experience. So yeah, that's all for the final assignments for the advanced prototyping. There's just one more lesson that's going to be connected to assignments that we've made for you, and it's going to be the one with the miscellaneous things that don't really fit into any other lessons. So I just put them in there as some kind of a quick and dirty tips and tricks that you can use to become a better and more efficient Figma user. So if you want to, and you had struggled with completing the assignments that you're going to find in here, a solution video is going to be there for that as well. See you there.